Welcome to Driveway Garage. I'm working on a 2009 Chevy Cobalt. It has a few issues, which I'm trying to figure out. What's wrong with it? Check engine light, doesn't shift right. The gauges were going crazy. I think I might have fixed that problem. But what I'm working on right now is every day or two I come out to start it and the battery's dead. So let me show you what I'm doing. So here's the car. If you have one of these, then you're familiar with them. Now this is the fuse box in the front on the driver's side, and this is the positive terminal. And if you need to ground it, you use this stud right here that goes to the shocks. And this is one of the things I did. I put a ground wire from here to here. That's supposed to help sometimes get rid of the gauges acting really funky, which mine did. And I think I have that fixed, but what I'm working on now is the battery. So normally I come out here and I hook the battery charger up. I put the positive on this post, the negative over there, and I just let it charge until the battery's charged up. Well, it's been pretty cold in the 20s and I didn't want to come out here, so I've been procrastinating. Today I decided I'm going to try charging it one more time, and then I'm going to check for a parasitic draw. And if I don't have one, then I'm going to take the battery down to O'Reilly's and have them check it, see if it's a good battery. I could just do that right now, but right now the battery's pretty dead, so I'm going to charge it. What I did do is clean it. So this is the positive terminal on the right. I watched a lot of these videos and there seems like their negative terminal is always on the right. Maybe it's just set up different or different year, I don't know. But I took my battery terminal cleaner, and the wire brush part you put inside the female part, turn that around, get the inside of this really clean, and then you take this part with the wire brushes like a female, and you put that over the post and you turn that around till you get that nice and clean. So that's nice and clean now. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the negative one off and clean it also. Then I'm going to hook up my battery charger. I've got a fairly good one. It's not the best, but it's better than just a cheap one. You can charge it on trickle charge, about 6 volts, or 30, let's see, what is it? I guess it's all at 12 volts, but 6 amps and 30 amps and 85 amps. And 85 amps is if you want to jump start it. It really shoots the juice to it. So anyway, let me pause this and I'm going to clean the negative terminal. I really don't like these battery terminals because they don't have a lot of area that makes contact. Not even a half an inch. It's like 5/16 maybe. I just think it'd be nice if you had more contact between the battery and the terminal to give you more juice, but I guess it works. Hang on a second. Well, I got them both clean, and I got the clamps on for the battery charger, plugged it in, and it's got 8.8 volts in the battery, so not enough to even turn the car over. It tries, makes some noises and clicks, but so we'll turn this on. Now you can see it was lit up on the snowflake. That's just battery maintained slow charge. Well, it shut back off. Let's see if I can get this to go to 30 amps. Now, sometimes if your battery is too dead, it doesn't want to charge it. It should, no, it's shutting off. Sometimes you gotta give it a little jump with another battery to get this thing to work. Because battery chargers don't like to charge dead batteries. Kind of weird, but you'd think that it would, since that's what it's supposed to do. There, it turned on. So that'll give it a little bump. Now I can go, come on, there, let's go to 30 amps and see if it'll kick on. I've noticed this in the past that, well, it just doesn't like that. We'll jump start this baby good for a minute. We'll put a little juice into the battery. Once the battery shows that it has some voltage, then the charger will charge it. But I ran into this on electric wheelchair I bought because the battery, he said the batteries were bad. So I just hooked it up to my jumper cables to my truck battery and got them just a little bit of juice in them. And then I hooked them up to the wheelchair battery charger, and it charged them up, and it's been just fine. Now I'm going to sell it, hopefully make a few bucks. So let's see if it'll do its thing now. Come on, just go to 30 amps. I don't need 85. There it goes. Now it turned on. So now it'll sit there and charge the battery till it's fully charged. It just doesn't like to do it on an almost dead battery. So I'll come back later. After I get the battery charged up, I'm going to do a, what did I call it? See how bad my memory is? Parasitic draw. Because there's got to be some reason this battery's dead every couple days. And it should be one or two things. Either the battery's bad and it just won't hold charge, or something is drawing too much voltage and draining the battery down after a couple of days. So once the battery's charged later this afternoon, it might warm up all the way to 40 degrees, and I'll come out here and see what the battery shows, if it's reached full charge. And then I'm going to take my voltmeter and disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. I haven't done this before, so it's going to be a first for me. But then you set it on milliamps, and you see if you got more than, I think it's 2 milliamps. I'll have to watch another video just to refresh my memory. But if you got too many milliamps drawn off of there, then it'll drain your battery. And it could be anything from a bad switch in your door that leaves the light on all the time. There's just a bunch of stuff. Bad switch, maybe a bad ground. Anyway, I got to figure it out, because I'm not going to get this car fixed as long as it has a dead battery constantly. And if I do sell it, who's going to want to buy a car and then 2 days later they come out to start it and the battery's dead? They won't be too happy with me. And then once I get that done, I'll go drive it around, because the main problem I'm having is it's not going into overdrive. And there's tons of videos on YouTube about it, but it could be anything from bad shift solenoids inside the transmission to a DCM. I also unplugged this cable right here that goes to the for the shifting, and I'm not sure I got it plugged back in right. I've got to double check that. Anyway, as far as the battery goes, that's how you clean a battery. Put your jumper cables on it. Now you can slow charge it. Just put it on the lowest setting and let it sit there for a few days. It will charge it up. But see how fast people like to drive by here? It's very annoying. It's 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, and people go 40, 50 miles an hour just because it's a straight shot. I digress. Anyway, let's get this battery charged, see if it's a good battery, bad battery, and then I'll add to this video later when I do my parasitic draw and see if we can figure out if something's bringing the battery down or if it's just the battery is bad itself. Thanks for bearing with me. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and then I'll add my parasitic draw to this video when I get the battery charged.